In this video we are taking the Saucony Endorphin Elite 2 all the way to London to race them in the London Saucony 10K to find out how good they actually are. Hello everybody and welcome to FORDY Runs. My name is Chris Ford and I'm a running coach who likes to review running shoes here on YouTube, and today is the highly anticipated video that I promised you where we take this shoe to a race. Okay guys, so hopefully you've seen the sort of first impressions, first run video we did of the new Endorphin Elite 2, and in that video I promised all of you that I'd be going along to the Saucony London 10K to find out what these are like in anger. So how this video is going to work, we're going to quickly go back over what we know about this shoe, then we're going to head to London. I'm going to run really fast and then we're going to head back into the studio and I'll let you know how I got on. Okay, so this is the Saucony Endorphin Elite 2. This was a surprise release in the summer of 2024. I don't know when you're watching this, but this shoe got released out of nowhere, and we believe that's because the Paris Olympics are coming up and they needed to get this shoe released for a regulation. So this shoe is slotted to release in the spring of 2025. The shoe is £280. It comes, we believe, with a 39.5mm stack in the heel and 31.5 down in the forefoot. We've got this unnamed new foam in the shoe. We've got a one-piece Featherlight knit mesh upper. We've got a full-length slotted carbon fibre plate running through the full length of the shoe. Like I said, we've got strategically placed rubber on the sole and it fits true to size. It's a UK 9.5. It's weighing about 220 grams, which is just shy of 8 ounces, and that's about that. Now, like I said in that first video we did, this foam is extremely soft, okay? This is the softest foam I have ever seen, okay? And I compared it against the Asics Meta Speed, the new Paris version, and it is extremely soft compared to that. It feels very much like an Alpha Fly, but if you remove the AirPods from the front. That's the feeling you get from the shoe. It is incredibly soft. The upper is a work of art. It's beautifully crafted. The outsole is at best sketchy. You get some foam in the heel to aid with the lockdown and a bit of comfort. The heel counter is pretty much non-existent. You get a bit of gathering with this one-piece construction, but overall the sort of lockdown is okay. But yes, that's about it in terms of stats and features and what's going on here with this Elite 2. Right, so now let's take this to London. It's the London Saucony 10K. I'm going to put my foot down, see where I'm at in terms of my fitness. And if you did know, just for relevance, I'm coming back from injury. I had 6 weeks off with a calf tear. It's 5 weeks since I started running again. I'm looking to see where I'm at in terms of my fitness. Ideally, I'm looking to run about 45 minutes in this 10K, so let's see how I get on. My PB in the 10K, just so you get some relevance in terms of me as a runner, is about, I think it's 41 minutes, something like that. Marathon, I'm about 3:40 marathoner, and my half time is about 1:35. So I hope that gives you some sort of measurements in terms of where I'm at as a runner in relation to this shoe. So I'm not somebody who's like a sort of sub 3 hour marathon or anything like that. Okay, so just you've got that picture with you before we get over to the London Saucony 10K. Right, okay, so that's that. Let's head over there, let's get the run done, let's get the race done, and then we'll come back into the studio and I'll let you know what it was like. Right team, so there we go, London Saucony 10K done, and I was pretty pleased with that time. I put now my splits up on the screen. It was a hard effort, there's no denying that, and I surprised myself actually in terms of how hard it actually was. But like I said, it was going to be hard. I had 6 weeks out from running where I sort of finished London Marathon. Then I had to take that 6 weeks off because of my calf tear. So I'm pretty pleased, although slightly frustrated because obviously that's nowhere near my PB or what I used to run, but we're building up fitness and that's why I wanted to do this sort of hard effort at the Saucony 10K. Okay, so let's move on to the shoe. So as I said in the first video, the shoe is extremely explosive in terms of the kickback or the feel or the sort of, the propulsion you get from this foam. I've got no idea what it's made of. I've got no idea what's in here, but all I can tell you is it's extremely responsive. The bounce you get off it is like nothing else. I can't see anything out there at the moment that feels the same as this shoe. It works extremely well with the plate to iron out some of that stability. It is unstable in certain elements like turning the corners, some of those fast turns that you see, the like sort of out and backs that we had to do. It is unstable in there. You do feel that sort of movement in the shoe, but when you're on, you know, going straight and you're going down those tarmac paths, it is lovely. It really is. You're sort of flying along. Because it's a 10K, I wasn't anywhere near the heel of the shoe, so I will have to see what it's like over a sort of half marathon distance. We'll probably put it into a half marathon. I've got the big half in September. So we'll probably put that into play there. But because it's a 10K, I'm more sort of here on the shoe, and you'll see that from the B-roll that I was really up on my toes throughout that race. And you've got this bigger lump of this foam underneath your foot, and it just felt great. It really did feel that, I say, just bouncy and fast. In particular, that hard pace that I was sort of starting at in particular. But as I got through the race, I got a little bit more tired, but I tried to hold on as best I can. It was still there, it was still responsive for me. But yes, there were elements of being unstable, there's no denying that, especially on those tight turns that you had to make. The streets of London are pretty good in terms of the tarmac and things like that, but some of the cornering and things like that, it was unstable. There's absolutely no denying that. But it just felt fast. It is a quick feeling shoe. But how do I feel about putting this into the marathon? Like I said, I think initial impressions are that I want to put it into the marathon, but I feel like I need to get a half marathon done in it. There is obviously the Adidas Pro 4 that's coming, so I may still use that for Berlin. But if I don't use the Adidas Pro 4 and this performs okay at the big half in September, then this has a real good shot of being my marathon shoe for Berlin. It's just, there's a shoe that gives me confidence to run fast, and it was kind of controllable. Some of these super shoes, for me, feel a little bit wild, a little bit uncontrollable. This was not that. It just felt really bouncy, really propulsive. The plate was working well, so you've got that speed roll technology, which is moving your foot through. And yeah, it just felt alive throughout the whole run. Now again, it's only a 10K, so we're limited in terms of looking forward to the marathon. But though that instability that I am concerned about only really reared its head in those tight turns, which you're unlikely to get in the marathon. So for example, in Berlin, there's none of those tight turns. So that's okay. That's not something I'm particularly worried about. The only real worry I've got is that when I move back in the shoe, when I do get tired, how unstable is that going to be compared to the Adidas Pro 4, or sorry, Pro 3 that I'm used to. So that's my only big concern, because 10K, as you've seen for the video, I'm down here. But yes, people, the bottom line is this lived up to my expectations. There's no denying that. And I do appreciate, like you guys say in the comments, that it's more me than the shoe, right? But the two do have to work well together. And I do feel like we worked well together in that race. And it sort of cemented those views, those feelings that I had in that first video that I put together. So there we go. That's my sort of race feedback from the London Saucony 10K in the shoe. I appreciate you guys have got to wait till spring, and also the fact that this is a lot of money. But I do believe that Saucony have something rather special on their hands here. It will be interesting to see if they do anything with this foam, whether this foam changes slightly between now and this sort of, you know, the more production ready shoe that comes out in the spring 2025. That will be interesting to see. But this shoe, I really like it. I mean, I like it a lot. On paper, it shouldn't work for me, but at the moment it is. So yeah, at the moment, I'm very confident to put this into the big half. We'll see how it goes in the half marathon. So we'll update you on that later in the year. And then if it passes that test and I don't have the Adidas Pro 4 to run in Berlin, then we'll probably use this bad boy. Okay, so look, if you are one of the lucky few who have got this shoe and have done a race in it, let us know in the comments how you found it, okay? It'd be really interesting to know. It's great to get more feedback from other people, different speed, different biomechanics, how you're finding this shoe. But for me, even though it shouldn't work, it kind of does. Okay guys, right, that's it. I shall catch you all later. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave me today, and I'll see you on the next video.